Welcome back to my channel. Guess what? It's time to do my nails. I'm getting tired of not having nails, so we're gonna do them today. And on my non-dominant hand, I'm gonna use the Rossi. It is one of the cheaper polygels, or cheaper poly-like gels. I don't know if it's like a polygel, but I'm gonna test it out. First, I'm gonna test it out on a swatch stick for you guys to see how well it works with a brush. But you guys know me, I love using the dual forms. I've really gotten into those. They work really easy, and easy is what I like. So I am always going to be putting the polygel on with dual forms, and then of course I can always fill it in later with a brush. You guys know I like to form the tip first with the dual forms and then fill it in with the brush, but we're going to see how this stuff works compared to other polygels. I did also want to use the Marcart or Mercart, whatever. I did want to use that one too because that kit is $44, but you get tons of stuff in it. But we'll just explain all that later. Okay, so with my Rossi kit, it comes with a 30 ml, which is 1 fluid ounce or 1 ounce of gel. It's not a very big bottle, okay? It's a very small, well, compared to, let's say, let me just compare them to a couple polygels that I have. Madam Glam is 30. Rossi is 30. So that is comparable to Madam Glam. Same kind of size, okay? Now, tones, 20 bucks. You get 60. Look at this. Do you see what I'm saying? So you get way more bang for your buck with the tones brand. Moyra. Let's do Moyra. Now with this one, only 30 milliliter compared to this. So this is $20 as well. So yeah, works. It does come with a really nice velvet black case. It does come with dual forms, but I will not be using these. I do not like these. These are the regular dual forms, but I am going to be putting them in my 20K giveaway, so that will be coming very, very soon, guys. So don't forget to share. I want to try to get to 20K. That way I can have that big giveaway, and a lot of you guys can win, because we're going to have 4 winners. May even have more. I may decide to go ahead and just pick maybe 5 or 6. We'll see. First thing you want to do, of course, is push back the cuticles. I'm going to prep in this video so you guys see how I prep as well. And, oh, I forgot to tell you guys, it does come with a brush. Very nice rounded gel brush. These are the kinds that I really like to use. So it comes with that. We're going to be using that. And then it also comes with a spatula, which is really, really nice. These tools are a must-have when you are working with polygel. A lot of companies will sell the brush with the polygel. Some companies do not. Another thing, a lot of people ask, do you have to have a slip solution? No. You can use isopropyl alcohol, and it doesn't matter what percent that you get. You can use 50%, 75%, whatever it is, 91%. You can use any type of isopropyl alcohol as a slip solution. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do on my non-dominant hand is we are going to push back my cuticles. And right now, I did a lot of work yesterday in the yard, so they're probably looking kind of gross. So just forgive me. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your cuticle pusher and you're going to just push back all that dead skin. Okay, you do it very gently. You don't want to do it too tight or too hard, and then you're going to flip it to this side here. And it's kind of hard for me because this is my non-dominant hand. So what I normally do after I push my cuticle back is I will then take my Todak USA cuticle bit. We'll take my cuticle bit, and I will show you how to use this one in just a second. So first thing is first, push those cuticles back. You don't want any lifting. You want to make sure that that is pushed back. I do have a how to properly prep the nail video, and it's way back in my videos, but I will link it in the information at the top of the screen. It'll be in that little circle. If you guys just click on that, you can find it gently and it won't hurt you. This is a magic wand. I actually got this from eBay. It is my rainbow, they say magic wand, but that's, you know, it's a pincher. Okay, so now that I have all my cuticles pushed back, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Ajubis. This is a e-file they sent me. It's a handheld e-file. All it comes with is just this, and then of course you get your bits. And I am going to be using a sanding bit, because what we're going to do now is you're going to want to rough up your nail plate, because if you don't do that, the gel will not stick and you're going to have problems with lifting. You can even have problems with them popping off. So as a beginner, you definitely want to either take a file and lightly buff the surface with the, or take a sanding band and gently go over the entire nail. And that's it. This one just makes it a little faster than a file, so that's why I use this sanding band to do this job. Okay, and if you guys did not see my review on this cute, adorable little rose gold file, definitely go check it out. It is by Ajubis. The buttons are right here. You got your forward and your reverse, and you have your speed. So we're going to put this on reverse because this is my non-dominant hand, and I'm going to put the speed up just a tad bit. Now with this one, you can barely hear it. It's so nice. It's really nice for this type of job, like cleaning the nail and getting it ready and prepped. Now a lot of times people, you know, you can go either this way, or I think I have it on the wrong. Let me put it on it. Okay, this thing is kind of complicated because you don't know which is reverse and which is not. So I'm going to put it in the middle. That stops. Push it this way. Okay, so now it should be fine. But what you're going to do, there we go. What you're going to do is you're just going to lightly buff the surface, shine off of the nail plate. You just be very careful when you're doing this. Now I already have a very thin layer of gel on my nails. I always keep that on my nails, just to protect my nail plate from. You're just going to lightly go over each nail. Or like I said, use a file. You can use a file. You do not have to use one of these if you can't afford one. So I'm going to go ahead and do one or two more with you guys. Now you can go up and down, but when I do this part, I like to go from side to side. Now you're not going to worry about your cuticles at this point, because right now all I'm doing is buffing the surface, shine off my nail. I'm not getting the cuticle. Alright, now as you can see, my nails are buffed, and they're not ready yet, but they are buffed and the shine is off of them. And I did get this for review from Beauty Big Bang, so I'm just going to take it, and I've got dust everywhere, so I'm just going to clean off my surface. There is dust literally all over the place. Now normally I wouldn't use this for dusting. I would use my big one, and I'll probably just go ahead and do that. This one here. This is also from the Beauty Big Bang. Sorry guys. So you can get this kind, which is really nice, or you can get this kind. Now this one I really like because I can use it on my actual nails and wipe off all the dust. Hard to push down in there. Do the best you can. And then you're going to do the same thing with this one. You're going to turn it on. And then with this one, you're going to get around your cuticles. And you're going to get all that dead skin. See all that dead skin coming off of there? You could even go up your side walls. It's just a cuticle bit. It's just to clean the surface, or clean the cuticle and the side walls. So I'm going to do one more with you guys, but it takes all of that dead skin away. Okay, now that I have gotten my cuticle removed and prepped the nail plate, now I'm going to take my alcohol, and you can use spray alcohol. I just have some of these left over from a package that I got. You're going to now clean the nail. Clean off the surface of the nail. Make sure it is completely clean of oils and dust and anything else that is on there, because if you do not clean it well, you do not prep it well, you can get mold and mildew and all that gross, nasty stuff. The alcohol in this little container here, and it's just, I think, 70% alcohol or something like that. I can't remember. And when you get a new brush, you're going to want to clean it, because a lot of times the factory will put glue on the brush, and you want to get that off. So I just put it in the alcohol and then swipe it back and forth onto a lint-free wipe. Honestly, don't have to prep this one, but in reality, you would prep it and buff off that shine, but we are not going to do that, like I said. So this one here is called Natural Pink, and I believe they have several different colors. Actually, a lot of different colors, I believe. So what you're going to do is take your little spatula, you're going to push out some polygel, and you're going to swipe it off like that. Now the first thing you want to look at is how well it's going to stay. Is it moving? We're gonna see how well that this stays on this spatula. As you can see, it's already moving. Polygel will not move normally. It just stays in one spot. Is it sticky? Yeah, it feels pretty sticky. But will it go on with a brush? You're going to put it on the nail, wipe it on the nail, whatever. And already it's on the side over here. It's coming off, so that's telling me it is not like a real polygel already. But I do love that color. Now, if you do get one like this, now let's just see if it'll work with a brush first. You don't want a whole lot of okay, well, that's not bad. It's not too bad. It's very workable. Yeah, actually, it's not bad at all. Huh. It's not sticking to the brush. I figured it would. Now, you will know when you need more alcohol, because it will start sticking to your brush. We're just going to do like a nail bed type thing. Nothing fancy. I'm just swatching it for you guys. So, does it go on with a brush? Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, would I say it's a real polygel? No. Not a real polygel, because this moves way more than like a real polygel would move. But let's see how it cures. I'm going to stick this in my lamp for 30 seconds. It's a hybrid lamp, so it's LED and UV curable. Is this a hard gel? I believe it is a soak off. I may be wrong about that though. I will put that down in the description. Fast extension gel. It does have acrylic, so if you're allergic to acrylic, you will not be able to use that. Alright, so it's still staying in place. Let's go ahead and cure it. With this type of spatula, you can use these to put them into your dual forms, but I like a wider spatula. So what I normally use is another type of cuticle pusher. Alright, this is the cuticle pusher that I really like to use when I'm using dual forms, because of the width of it. As you can see here, it's a lot wider and it gets into that crevice a lot easier, and less time for you is what I'm trying to say. Okay, so here is my number 3. This is for my thumb. Now, when you're putting on a dual form, the number goes at the top. Okay, and these are the YSNAILS dual forms. These are my favorite. These dual forms actually come with the Marcat kit, however you want to say it. Okay, so when you're putting on a dual form, you want to make sure, of course, that it goes from sidewall to sidewall, but you also want to make sure that you have ample space up under. Do you see that space that I have? You want to make sure you have that. You do not want a, say you're going to use this one for your thumb. You do not want to have it like this and then press down. That is not, you do not want that. Do not do that. Okay? You want one that is going to go from sidewall to sidewall, and then you're going to have a lot of extra space in between for product. Alright? Okay, so this was in our lamp for 30 seconds. Let's see how it cured. I'm just going to use the tip of my magic wand. It seems like it's cured. Yeah, it's cured in 30 seconds, so that's really nice. Alright, good job, Rossi. That's already, I give you a thumbs up on that. Alright, so, okay, so after you have cleaned off the nail and all that good stuff, you're going to take your dehydrator, and I use my ASP. I got it from Sally's. It's the Prep and Clean Dehydrate. It just go ahead. It takes, like, just like when I use the alcohol, that's exactly what it's going to do. It's going to clean off your oil from the nail plate and make sure that nail is ready to go. So you're going to just put that over the entire nail plate, and then you just need one coat of that. Then you're going to take your primer, and I use the Tones Ultra Bond Low Odor Free Acid Free Primer from Tones. It is not that expensive. I think it's under $10, maybe $7 something. I can't exactly remember, but I've had this bottle for a while, and as you can see, it's still at the top. And I use it every time I do my nails. Now with this one, I'm putting it on the entire nail plate. Please be careful, do not get it into your cuticle or side walls or on the skin. And I always do 2 applications of this. Of course, letting the first one dry and then going ahead and applying a second layer of it, or a second coat, however you want to look at it. If it does get on the skin, just wipe it off. Right, I went ahead, I have my primer on. Now it's time to put on the polygel. So like I said, we're going to use this. It's just easier to spread inside the dual form. You're going to take your polygel. You're going to get the polygel on the tool. You're going to then make sure the number is at the top. I've messed up and turned it over before, but I mean, it's not a big deal. You're going to go to wherever you want it and then pull it down. Now I like longer nails, so, and you can do that several times. You can then take a brush and smooth all this out. Normally I don't worry about it because I always go over it again and make sure I have enough strength and build my apex up and all that good stuff. But for this case, I will show you that you can easily just pull that up where there are some spots that are thinner than others, which I don't plan on wearing them this long, so I'm not even going to worry about that one spot. But like I said, you can always fill that in later. Flip your nail, flip the form over. Now you're going to take your form and you're going to go from your cuticle and then go down and then press lightly until all the bubbles are gone. Make sure it's all gone all the way up to the nail. You're going to turn it over. That looks really nice. Make sure it's touching your nail. Okay, just like that. If you do get any that's poking out, you're going to want to go ahead and clean that. Just make sure that that is held down. And normally I'll hold it under the lamp for about 5 seconds and then I'll let go. If I have any coming out here, I'll just clean it off with my nail drill later on. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to go under the lamp I'm going to go for 30 seconds because I'm going to hold it under my lamp for 30, flip it over, hold it, and then just keep going back and forth like this. That way it cures both sides. Okay, so it was under the lamp for 30 seconds. You can actually take your pinching tool and pinch it like this. Just to kind of loosen up the dual form. And then it should pop right off. Just like so. Alright, so if you don't want it this long, you take your clippers and just like that. Just clip it right off. And then we're going to go over this again to make it sturdy. But I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of my nails first. And we'll come back to this in a bit. So I'm going to do one more with you guys. I'm going to get my pointer finger. I think it's this one. Yes. Okay, and again, take your polygel. Make sure the number is at the top. Now this one is, I got it a little thicker. It's not a problem. Where's my brush? Take the brush, pat that down. Actually, if you make it thicker, then you don't have as much filling to do. So that's totally up to you. I honestly don't worry about it because I go and fill them anyway. Okay, so flip it over. Again, I'm gonna go to my cuticle. I'm going to push down. I'm gonna flip it, make sure. Now do you see how I got a little bit there? I'm gonna take my brush because it is thicker and it's not touching. Hold on. You want to make sure it's touching all the way. Like I said, you can always file that off. This down here, you can file it off, or you can take your brush, and it's just harder for me while I'm using my non-dominant hand to do this, but you just take your brush and do that. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and hold it under my lamp. Sorry guys, I don't know if I was in frame. I'm gonna go ahead and hold it under my lamp for 30 seconds. You just don't want that polygel to be on your nail or under your nail. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and cure that. Okay, here we go again. I'm gonna press and pull it off, just like so. Okay, and then like I said, if you don't want it that long, you can cut it, but I think I'm gonna leave it that long. And then I'm gonna go in with my cuticle bit later and clear this all up. And you can always add another coat. Now this one did get under, well, it did get like right there by my nail, but I can always get my file and file that out. Not a big deal. Now I will say this gel here, it did give me heat spikes, so I don't know if you guys are going to be interested in that. I don't know why it gave me a heat spike, but it did. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of these, and then we'll come back and I'll show you what I did next. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, the next step you're going to do after you have all of the forms off is, if you have any here by the cuticle, you're going to go ahead now and use your e-file or a file and file that down. Then we're going to go over it again to make it thicker and build the apex up. You do want to buff the surface because when you use dual forms, the surface is shiny and smooth again, just like a natural nail. So you're going to want to, after you clean up the cuticle with your file, you're going to want to buff the surface really well. That way you can apply more gel. So I am going to go and do that when I come back, we will add more gel with a brush this time. So give me just 1 second. Alright, so I have went ahead and buffed them, went around the cuticles. Now, I'm just going to show you guys why I don't like going to the cuticle. As you can see, it gets all in my cuticle, and I have to constantly keep playing with it to get it all out. That is why I don't like going all the way to my cuticle. But I wanted to do it for you guys just to show you. That is why I don't like going to the cuticle. So now what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and take off all the dust. And I'm just using this brush. I'm just going to wipe all my dust off from underside. And I'm going to go ahead and clean them again with alcohol. Or beauty, sorry. Use my little Beauty Big Bang brush to clean off any dust that's up here. We are going to use the brush now. Now later on I'll have to go in again probably because I still have some on the sides that needs to come off. Now this stuff is not as easy as a polygel to file. Just going to say that now. It is actually harder for some reason. Don't know why. It just is. So to me, I would not call this a real polygel. That's just my opinion. I mean, I know some of you may like the Rossi brand, and that's great. And I'm just gonna put it on the whole nail. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just show you guys 1 or 2 nails. I'm just gonna take the polygel, about that much, and I am going to put it right here where the apex is. I probably have actually too much now, but oh well. Alright, as you can see, it is kind of sticky. But I am going to just go ahead and get this down into my cuticle area. I'm going to make sure that's nice and flush before you pull it up. Get you some more alcohol if you need it. And then pull it up the nail. As you can see, I got way too much. But that's okay. We can just take it off. Oh. And it went all over my little brush there. That's just great. Today's going great, guys. Going real great. Alright. If you get it into the sidewall, just go ahead and clean that before you cure it. I don't know if this is not polygel, guys. This is not real polygel. I mean, it's a very beautiful color, but it's a no for me already. Right now, I'm just trying to, it's pretty much just like a gel, like a thick gel, honestly. That looks pretty good. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put it in my lamp for 30 seconds. Alright, I actually only did a 10-second cure, and it's actually already hard, so that's pretty good. Alright, so I'm gonna do one more with you guys. Again, I'm not gonna do a whole lot this time. I don't wanna make a big huge mistake. I'm gonna set it down here. I'm going to wipe off my spatula. And I'm going to go ahead and work it into the cuticle first. Now, it is easy to move around. It is very easy, but it is not a polygel. It's way too easy, actually. It's way too easy to move and maneuver to be a polygel. And it's going on the side already. I'm just gonna let that fall where it wants. So what I would do now is I would mix this with a glitter and a little bit of acrylic to make it a like a real polygel. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. You see, it's nice, but it's just like a regular gel. I thought it was going to be a lot more manageable. I mean, it is manageable, don't get me wrong, but it's just like a regular gel, guys. It's really not polygel. It's way too manageable. Like, polygel is really easy to use, yes, but this stuff is like too runny. Really runny, and I'm still getting heat spikes with this. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and flash cure this, and I will file them, of course, to make them look nice, but the apex, you always want the most gel in the center of the nail. Okay, I did that for 10 seconds, and it's pretty hard, so that is a good thing. That is one good thing I can say about this, and it does smooth out fairly nicely, but it's nowhere near a polygel. It's not thick enough. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and finish up my nails, and then I'm going to file, shape, buff, do all that good stuff and come back. Okay, so I went ahead and buff shaped and filed these down the best I could. Okay, so that's how they turned out. I am going to put some cuticle oil on there. I'm not going to top coat them or anything right now because I got to do the other side. But, okay. As you can see, they're nicely shaped down the barrel. Most of the product is in the center. You want your sidewalls and cuticles, of course, to be flush. But I just take the cuticle oil and rub it into the whole nail, underside too. I'm going to wear these for a few days and see how they wear before I do any color or anything, because I do see some spots that may need more, but I will get to that later. But that is the Rossi nail gel. Now, I would not call this a polygel, just because I just would not. It did not go on like a polygel. It was more, how do I say it? It wasn't as like sturdy and thick as polygel. It was very like a builder gel, but thicker. And yes, it did go on very nice and smooth, but I don't know, it was a lot harder to work with. And it's a lot harder to file too. I did get them filed. Okay. So they don't look too bad. I don't know. You let me know what you think. But that is my Rossi nails. I do like the color. I will say I do like the color. Don't forget, it does come with a brush, spatula, the polygel, and the dual forms that it comes with. But we used the YS dual forms, which are here. And also, don't forget, you can get this little cute brush from Beauty Big Bang. It is a cute little mermaid brush, and you can use it to clean off your nails or your surface area or just anything. It's really cute. You can use it for makeup if you want. That's what it's for, I think, intended for anyway. But I got it for a review, so that link will be down below along with my 10% off discount code. I will also link the Rossi. I will link that information down below, and I will give you guys an update in about two weeks. Let you know how these wear. I honestly cannot say yet. They feel pretty sturdy. I am having a little issue with my pinky. I don't know what's going on. I need to add a little bit more gel to it on this side, but I can use a form and do that later. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it helps some of you. If you have any questions, please ask down below in the comments section. Please give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it and enjoyed it and enjoyed my content. Don't forget to click the subscribe button and notification bell so you know when I upload next. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. And don't forget, I will be updating you on this Poly-like fake polygel. Might as well say fake polygel. I will update you guys on this fake Rossi polygel. Unless they've made a new formula since I bought mine, which could be possible, but I think if you add a little bit of acrylic, it'll be good to go. Alright guys, bye.